we doing? How we feeling? Last session of the day. We made it. Okay, so I'm super excited. I get the opportunity to introduce Adriane. This whole conference has been about real actions, real talk, real connections, and we're going to continue more of that in this in-person Catch the Spark networking activity. And so what I want to do is introduce Adriane, who will be leading us in this activity. And Adriane specializes in executive coaching and leadership development and has been coaching for over a decade. She has a knack for using talent data and experience to refine leadership capacities, boost engagement, and elevate performance. Her global multi-industry portfolio includes Fortune 100 and Fortune 500 companies, higher education, federal agencies, and nonprofit organizations. In short, I'll take a step back. She's nothing to sneeze at, y'all. She is a veteran Gallup certified strengths coach and International Coaching Federation trained, and she's earned her associate certified coach credential as well. She's got media training and speaker coaching engagements, and they leverage her experience as a former journalist with the Dallas Morning News and longtime member of the National Association of Black Journalists. She has a media-savvy approach to media training and speaker coaching, and she combines a lens of client need with desired speaking talent and gravitas. She's got hands-on media coaching to deliver dynamic keynotes, and her expertise really shines. I've had opportunity to spend some time with her, and that is certainly true in all of our small interactions. In addition, Adriane was one of 115 women leaders selected from across Texas to participate in Leadership Texas, the longest-running women's leadership development program in the United States. She earned her BA from the University of North Texas and a master's at Stanford University. I'm so excited for what we've got planned. Adriane, why don't you take it away?
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So, super excited to be here with you all. Super excited to be here with you. How about super excited to be here with you? How about? It is on. Okay, all right, fantastic. So, I'm between everyone in here and how you spend your evening, so let's get it moving. We have a simultaneous session lined up for you, and your peers who are in the other room, one other room, are having the same experience at the same time. So the first thing I want to do is set us up for success. I want to set us up for what we're going to be talking about today. And really, we want to focus on what have been the sparks, what have been the igniting sparks of energy, ideas, connections that you've had for 2 days already. What are the conversations that you've had? What are the passions and self-awareness that's been lifted over the past 2 days? So we're going to ask you to allow us to guide the networking conversations that we're jumping into, keeping the spark in mind. Meaning, we're going to ask you to zone in on conversations about what are the sparks that have ignited you, and what are the sparks you're catching from the person and the people that you'll be talking with, right? So a bit of controlled conversation, if you will, so that we can make the most out of what are the big sparks and takeaways that you've all been gathering. So in order to do that, we're going to ask everyone in each room to count off 1, 2. Okay? Listen very carefully. We're going to see how quickly this room and the other room can, starting to my left, starting with a 1, 2 count until we get all the way around the room. Remember what your number was. Does everyone have that? Let's see how rapidly we can do that. Starting to my left, would you please? All right, fantastic. I presume that the other room has nailed their countdown. And so this is what we're going to do. You're going to, 1s and 2s are going to just connect with each other face to face, right? Face to face. And know that if you're coming into the room, I'm going to get a 1-2 count from you. If you would count off, ladies entering, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Would you count off 1 and 2? Okay, thank you, awesome. So here's where we're going. For your first networking conversation, you're going to be having a one-on-one conversation, right? One-on-one conversation, right? The second round, we're going to expand your networking conversation to a trio, and you'll hear my directions. On the third conversation, we're going to expand it to a quad. We're hoping this will expand those of you who really are more comfortable with the one-on-one to big groups of 4, and those of you who love groups to get more comfortable with one-on-one. So we're just going to ask you to exercise those muscles. The reason we have you counted off is because at this moment, I'm going to ask you, when I say go, you're going to move into a 1 and a 2 speaking to each other. Just pair up, as long as you're a 1 and a 2. Here's the catch. When we rotate, you will hear the chimes. You will hear a chime to rotate. And when we rotate, only the 2s will move. Who's going to move when we rotate? Only are the 1s going to move? The 2s are going to move, right? So that's how we're going to make sure that there's a good mix of conversation. So thank you in advance for allowing us to have you really zone in on your sparks about what are your takeaways about connection, conversation, ideas, self-awareness, emotions, just what comes up for you as you're exchanging with each other. Does that work for everyone? Are there any questions about the instructions? Okay, all right. The audio for you to change will be a chime. This first conversation will be a total of 6 minutes. You only get maybe 3 minutes apiece, so before you hear the chimes. The next one a little longer, and so forth. All right, I'm so excited for this. Let's get started. I'm going to, on my count, go ahead and move into your matchups, and the conversation and the timer for 6 minutes will begin. And ready, and set, and go. And go. Please start. 6 minute timer is on. Let's make sure that both parties are talking. Time's a ticking. Make sure both voices are heard. Less than 30 seconds remaining. Less than 30 seconds. Less than 5 seconds remaining for your next instructions before you rotate. Time for your next instructions. All the twos in the room. All of the twos in the room, I want you to move in a clockwise direction and form a new trio. Pressure's on the twos. Move in a clockwise direction and form a trio with a new group. Only the twos are moving. Twos move clockwise. Form a new trio. All the twos are going to rotate clockwise, form a trio. You will have 9 minutes as soon as you're settled. 9 minutes as soon as you're settled. All right. We're looking for trios, 3. Parties of 3. Parties of 3. Yes, parties of 3. All the twos will rotate clockwise and form a party of 3. The twos. The twos are moving. The ones are not. All right, the twos have moved. We should have trios all around the room. Trios all around the room. If you're not in a trio, try to create a trio. 3 people. No one should be alone. All right. Make sure you're in trios. I'm about to start the timer for 9 minutes in your trio. Let's continue the conversation. 9 minutes and go.
I think we're just introducing ourselves. I think for 3 minutes. I think we're still doing this. What are we doing in the trio? What are we doing in the trio?
Same conversation, bigger.
Okay.
Continue your conversation about the sparks that have ignited you with your new trio.
Okay. You want to go first? All right, and you want to go first? What's your name? Darius. Darius, you can go first.
Introduce yourselves.
All right. My name's Darius. I go to Miles.
Be sure to introduce yourselves.
But I'm originally from Miami, Florida. Okay. And I'm a graduating senior. And my major is business administration.
You're what?
Graduating senior.
Graduate. Okay. How old are you?
22.
Oh wow.
Okay.
All
Listen,
right.
I'll take it. Listen, that retinol works wonders. There you go.
Joining this one.
I'm also on the golf team at Miles College. That is my coach over there in the blue blazer.
Okay.
And that is my teammate right there. Really?
Yeah, golf is. I couldn't. I don't even really. I didn't like golf as a kid, but I had no choice. It is just a staple where I grew up. So
Like
I
your family
know,
kind of put you into it, or
Yes, since I was like 3, there was a golf. What's it called?
golf course or a golf club?
Golf club in the hand.
Gotcha.
I've always thought it was boring, but now that I'm older, I'm like, I kind of feel like I want to try it.
Because of the Top Golf and everything?
Huh?
Because of Top Golf and everything that's coming?
I've only been to Top Golf once, and it was my job took us, and that was like a couple of months ago. I've never been to that.
My grandfather passed away, and because I never really liked golf, I thought it was boring too. Then my grandfather passed away, and now golf is like my connection to him because my grandfather, all my uncles, my dad,
Yeah,
that's
that's me.
something that they would take all of the nieces, nephews, grandkids out, and we would have to learn, whether we wanted to or not. That's why I was like, oh, I do this. Now it's like,
I would say watching it for me is boring, but actually going out there and like doing it is completely different.
See,
well, now
we
as an
agree as
adult
well.
doing it, I'm like, oh, this is why they do it. And I'm actually doing it.
Me and my teammates agree watching it is really, really boring, but actually doing it is more fun. But that same reason for you, like my grandfather was the main reason I got into it and trying to connect with him and his 9 brothers.
Oh, wow. Big family.
Yeah. So every summer, me and my mom and my parents would always go up to Kentucky in Lexington and just go spend about a week or 2 with them.
From Miami? Did y'all fly?
Now we drove.
Well, Florida's a big place for golf. It's like all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's starting to get really expensive now. I mean, they got rid of all the like real. Well, it's
Right.
always been expensive, but now it's starting to be like $200 to $300 at most like community golf courses. And who's trying to spend that much money to go play for a little bit or spend $12 to $15 on a bucket? Exactly.
Do you want to be like a pro, or is it something like that you got like a scholarship for, and now you're just about you have to pay for school, or both?
That's what I'm working towards, being a pro actually.
Nice.
I'm actually set up in a Black College Golfer Association ranking, so that way it can promote me to get into that program and then further me getting into the PGA Tour.
Oh, I see. I didn't even know that any of those things were a thing. So, I mean, I haven't tried outside of Top Golf. I haven't tried golf, but like my friend did a photo shoot on a golf course because she's wearing like an outfit that was themed, and I was like, so we were like running out on what's that famous golfer name from Georgia? I should know this. Yes. I volunteer. I
He's a white guy or a black guy?
He's white. Whatever his name is. He's a very big, famous golfer. Not that far from here. And she just kind of went one more like, hey, we're going to do this golf inspired, you know. Not him. I should know his name. But these men were out there early in the morning just, I'm like, I feel like I get it, but I don't get it. But like the part of like swinging and actually hitting the ball, so I was like, hey, that's what they wanted.
So that's another thing. So
Good.
I wonder why that is. I think it also has to do with like exclusivity, like who's allowed on the field, who's allowed to come to these places to do this type of thing. So, I want to learn the history of that. Like, why do I need to learn how to play golf for you to tell me yes or not on a business deal? But I'm like, girl, okay, I believe you. Okay. Alright. So I guess then, in light of that, what about this sparked anything for you from this conference?
Definitely broaden my scope of vision about how far I want to take things outside of golf. Instead of just focusing on trying to get towards the PGA Tour, I'm actually thinking about focusing a little bit more on my business degree.
Have them.
Going back home and working with my grandma
Less than 2 minutes to go. Less than 2 minutes before we rotate.
I might have missed that.
It was funny. It was really funny. We don't talk to him about that. He definitely, he said he was an architect and then moved to construction. But he was like, wait, I actually like this. I'm like, oh. But no, he's like a big deal here. I had never known him. But I knew his name. Moved to construction, never knew his way. What about you? What has sparked something within you?
Oh, that's dark.
I don't. I took in so many notes and just written so much nuggets down. But I guess I'll repeat what I told her because it resonates. I'm in this place where like I've done a lot of work in my career and I've done everything everybody's told me. And then a little pandemic happened and I was like, like it was also the first time I've ever rested in my life. And I think that period of like going through this moment of time that I am experiencing what it is to be because I've always just wanted it's made me really think about being more intentional with I mean I've always been more intentional with my work, but like even more so. And I'm going through this career pivot. And I think that the session on
Less than 1 minute remaining. Make sure everyone's voice is valued and heard in the discussion. Less than 1 minute.
be more enthusiastic and intentional about networking. Sometimes I get like
Little flustered or
flustered, but like after a long day of sessions, you know, and then we're having this networking thing and we're gonna go there. That's why I got the water coffee. Sometimes I get like fatigued with like a lot of repetition. So I'm like pushing myself. More so this year than I was last year.
I didn't know what to expect from this conference. I thought we were gonna like talk to people who work at Google and like, hey, here's my resume.
I just thought we were talking about the future leaders or something like that. I didn't. All I got from this was that they were talking about leadership skills and stuff like that, and building up businesses. I didn't think it was going to be fully invested in. What's this thing called? Arts of future therapy or something like that. Afro.
And it's time for our last rotation, everyone. The twos will be moving. The twos will be rotating clockwise until they find a new quad. 4 people. The twos, it's on you. Form a new quad by rotating clockwise in the room. Yes, you've got it. As soon as you're situated, I'll start the timer for 12 minutes. Rotate to a 4-person group. Let's rotate to a 4-person group. So this group someone from this group needs to rotate clockwise. Whoever's a 2 at that table. So you need to rotate, yes. Okay, let's rotate to your new quad, your new 4-person group. Need somebody in the back corner over there and illuminate. There you go. All right. Let's continue the energy. Continue the energy. Sparks, specific examples. There you go. Fantastic. You all are doing great. Introduce yourselves. Spark up your conversations. Be specific. 12 minutes starting now. I'm sorry? Oh, you want the list again? Thank you. Oh, yeah, there it is. Good. Is everything okay?
senior at Miles College, also on the golf team, and I'm from Miami, Florida. I'm more in the Hollywood, Fort Lauderdale area. Yep, pretty much.
What's my spark? People and purpose. Yeah. People I meet gotta have some kind of purpose. I need to change my friends. I have to keep it rotating like this room. I don't want anybody to waste my energy, and I don't want to waste their time. And I don't want to enforce my views, values, or anything intentionally. I want you to hear me, but you ain't gotta be with me. For me, it's pretty cool. Yeah, and I can keep it classy and cool. You know, I'm never going to be like that. But you're just not going to be, we're not going to sit down and have a conversation. But I do need to help those three. I'm like, go ahead.
Every time I get there, like, I don't know, there's a lot of things that spark me.
Choose one. Go.
Animals.
Oh, really? Really?
Sports.
Oh, I love
Sports is the same. Oh, he was that deep into it. I need to talk to you later.
So, yeah, that's great. I love that. I love that. I'm just kidding.
Put an LLC on that.
Hey, you really do.
Okay, so how are you guys using your smarts to take you to the next level, or how has it driven you in your careers or your school journey?
I think sports and animals is not necessarily something that's driven me in my career. It's been something that feeds my soul so that I can stay focused and not burn out.
What do you do?
Well, I was volunteering and walking dogs at a shelter, and then I ended up adopting. So now I just take care of my dog. But sports, I'm into all different types of sports. Lately, I've been playing tennis, and I found like a group in Phoenix called Phoenix Black Tennis Club. So like joining that, but also joining that as an avenue to meet people in a new city. So I am. Yeah.
What's your business?
So my background's in pageantry, and I do public speaking. So I started my own business to really just because I was getting so many speaking engagements. So it focuses on my going and traveling, public speaking, and doing workshops. Yeah.
Is that something that's driven by your passion, or is that just because it was highly skilled and you went, hey, I'm living here?
I've naturally been gravitated towards, well, I've naturally always been put into positions to do public speaking. And I think for many different reasons. One, I enjoy doing it, but two,
What about like what we think so far?
I wouldn't mind starting off with just working at attendees and then getting the general basis aspects about how at least three of them, how they run their businesses. Because I want to work at least three of them, some of the major golf courses, and if not, at least one of the middle ground courses. That way I get a better understanding of how they built up from those low class courses and where they are now. And then eventually, if I get enough recognition and I make it onto pro tour circuit, then I'll end up building a couple courses. Kind of going around the same route that Tiger Woods did, but trying to move off a little bit some of the stuff he did earlier.
So you're trending in the direction of doing the business of the sports, a business of golf, which is it's crazy. Actually working with John ran into Magic Johnson. I mean not Magic Johnson, Johnson Jet. Yes. Yeah, it's a great business. It's a great networking tool there too. There's so much conversation that's being had and changed. It's a great unifier for sure.
Every time I came back home, I always my grandpa always put me in position with former pro athletes. Like I played sometimes on Sundays with Lawrence Taylor. I ran into Michael Vick on the course. I met Dwayne Wade. I met LeBron James' son, just Bronny. And I ran across who's a former MLB player, but I played with El Duque as well. He used to play for the Marlins. But he always put me in those positions to try to get myself in that area so that they know my name.
I'm working on that last year, and I'm like, growing up, I'm like, this valuable is a word that you heard of. Depression, what was depression? You were depressed, you were crazy. And I was like, okay, so now that I'm experiencing those things, what do I do? So I'm like, when I was overseas, I had anxiety, and I had some depression. But I was like, let me get on this train and go from here.
So they need to insert it on.
Whatever is your last slide, I'll tell them.
You can insert it on the thank you slide. Just put it right there.
Okay. Tell them Parker. All right, cool.
So now I'm kind of like, am I kind of just seven cities? If it comes, it comes, or am I work really hard for this thing that I don't even know.
You have about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Please continue with the energy. Please continue with the energy. About 5 minutes to go. Make sure everyone's voice is heard in your group. Make sure you've introduced yourselves accordingly. About less than 5 minutes to go. We're counting down less than 30 seconds, less than 30 seconds. Make sure everyone in your group had a chance to share their thoughts and ideas. And time to pause. Wow, thank you for the Chime of the Year award up here. I just want to ask you to bring your conversations to a pause. Time to bring your conversations to a pause, if you would. Wow, so much energy was lifted over here in Illumination Room and in our other room as well, because I had a chance to just hear so many amazing conversations about what you've been learning the past 2 days about yourself, about others, what's coming up for you as ideas, what are the sparks that you've caught for the past 2 days here at our leadership symposium. And I also heard lots of opportunities where people realized they had great alignment with someone else that you've met, right? Show of hands if you have met someone in 2 days that you have great alignment with, that it makes sense to keep that relationship going, to nurture and cultivate it as part of your professional and or personal network. That's so amazing. And I hope you also notice that there's plenty of conversation between students and business professionals, right? The art of holding those conversations, no matter what age or stage or role of your career you are in, is always so incredibly valuable. Would you agree? Absolutely. And I think you also caught the message that there's no right or wrong answers in your conversations. The way that you bring your authenticity to the conversation is by being you and sharing and expressing your ideas. So I see so much exchange, phone to phone, of LinkedIn profiles and connection points, and we just want to encourage that. Many people you've met the past 2 days, you'll be saying years from now, oh yes, we met in 2025 in Atlanta at the Leadership Symposium at Google. So how exciting is that? We want to keep the sparks going for the rest of the evening, but before we do that, it's so important that you share not only your thoughts and opinions with each other, but with the organizers of the symposium. So get your phones ready, because we're going to share with you the QR code that we'd like for you to scan. And just take a moment while we're at a pause to actually catch the QR code and give us exactly that, your thoughts and opinions, your rating of your experience here at the Leadership Symposium. If you would capture that, we're going to allow you a few minutes right here while you're in room before we move you on to our final segment of the day. So please take a moment to capture that. Give us your answers, your responses, so that we can continuously improve the content and the experience that you're having with us. We're going to give you about 5 minutes to complete that, if you would. And after that, I'll give you your next instructions on where we're all moving to. Thank you for completing the survey. Just take a few moments to do that. Once you've completed the survey, know that our next move for both rooms, we're all together, both rooms, going to be moving back to the Beacon Room, where Larry is going to round out our day with some closing remarks and conversation for your consideration, and the evening will be yours. So as soon as you have completed that, you're welcome to begin moving toward the Beacon Room, where we'll be joining the other half of your colleagues. Thank you, everyone. You've been a great audience. Enjoy the rest of your program.